Okay, here's the problem. The computer was started and this is what I get. A blinking cursor up here in the upper left corner. So the computer has Windows 10 and Windows 8.1 on it, but from these two operating systems, none of them are working. Okay, so luckily I have a Windows 10 DVD here. Let's insert this into the CD DVD drive. Okay, push that disk in and press Ctrl Alt and Delete. Ctrl Alt and Delete to restart the computer. Let's see if it's working. Yes, it's working. Okay, let me turn off this light. Computer starting and I'm pressing F11. Okay, F11 was pressed. F11. Okay, and let's select which medium to use to boot the computer. I will boot the computer from the CD DVD drive. Use the up down arrows to navigate in this menu. Press enter and now it should start from the CD. Press any key to boot from CD. Okay, I press the key on the keyboard and now the Windows DVD is loading. Here's the disk blinking. Okay, let's wait until this starts up. Back, so we are booting the computer from the Windows 10 DVD. Okay, now we are here on this window. This is the setup of Windows 10. Let's click the next button. Down here, next, and click repair your computer. Okay, click that one. And let's select troubleshoot, the first one. Okay, let's go to advanced options and startup repair. Let's select that one. Diagnosing your PC. Okay, let's wait a little bit. After attempting repair, it says startup repair couldn't repair your PC. Press advanced options to try other options to repair your PC. Okay, so it could not repair. Let's see. Advanced options. Turn off or reset. Let's see. Reset PC or advanced. The same thing. Go back to previous builds. Command prompt. System image recovery. System restore. Startup repair. Let's try once more. Diagnosing attempting. Couldn't repair your PC. Okay, let's shut it down. Okay, I restarted the computer and let's do the same thing. Press F11 on the keyboard. Okay, boot from the same Windows 10 CD again, DVD. Press enter. Press any key to boot from CD. Okay, and now on this window, this time let's press Shift and F10. Shift F10. Okay, and the command prompt window shows. Now on the command prompt window, let's type in notepad and press enter. Okay, and I will use notepad as a file explorer. So let's go to file, open, and this PC. And here are the hard drives. So the SSD drive is visible. The 2 terabyte hard drive is visible. That's the CD DVD drive. And these are the card readers, drive letters, and that must be a RAM drive inside the memory, inside the random access memory. Okay, so at least I know that the hard drives are in good condition. That's the SSD drive. Let's select all files. Okay, these are the virtual hard drives, VHD files. Those are the two Windowses. One is Windows 10 and the other is Windows 8.1 and none of them were starting. Okay, let's go back. Let's see the bigger hard drive. That one is fine also. There's the content. Okay, so the hard drives are in good condition at least. Okay, so now that we know that the hard drives are healthy, at least data loss is not a problem here, then we should try to repair the bootloader menu to restore it by installing new Windows onto one of the hard drives. And I should install the new Windows, a temporary Windows only, not a permanent one. Let's say onto this hard drive, because this one is an SSD and it's faster. It still has 43 gigabytes of free space, so it's the C drive. And it's a temporal Windows because I won't keep that one. I want to use my old operating systems. They're somewhere here, either my Windows 8.1 or my Windows 10. Okay, so to install onto this C drive another Windows, which I will delete later, let's go back to the command prompt and type in disk part. Okay, press enter. Now we have this cursor. Now it looks a little bit different. It had a path here. It was the X drive and the sources folder, and now it says only this part. So let's type in create vdisk file equal c column slash, that's called the virtual hard drive test .vhd. Okay, let's make the type equal expandable. Okay, and the maximum size, maximum equal, let's create a maximum size of, I don't know, 35,000 megabytes, that is around 35 gigabytes. Okay, let's press enter. It was 100% completed, it's successful. Okay, now let's press the up arrow on the keyboard. That will recall the last command. Let's go to the beginning, and instead of create, let's select the vdisk, which is stored at that path, and we can delete the type and the maximum, so delete these. Okay, so now we're selecting that virtual hard drive. It was successfully selected. Now let's attach that vdisk, virtual disk, and press enter. Successfully attach the virtual disk file. Okay, now let's minimize this command prompt window. Let's close this one. Let's close Notepad also. Okay, and let's click next and install now. Setup is starting. Okay, enter product key. I don't have a product key, so let's click on skip. I accept the terms, click next, custom install. Okay, and here's the unallocated space, 35,000 I wrote there when I created it, and it's almost 35 gigabytes, 34. Okay, so I will install a Windows, which I intend to delete later, onto this partition. That's a virtual hard drive. Let's click next and wait until all these things finish. And okay, but meanwhile, let me tell you why I'm installing this Windows 10 into a virtual hard drive and not onto a normal partition. If I would install Windows onto a normal partition, onto the C drive for example, then if there is an operating system currently, then you will install the new Windows into a separate folder. I think it will rename the old Windows folder into Windows Old, and so on. So it will modify the current installation, but in this case I was not using a normal partition. Windows was installed into virtual hard drives, so those Windows 10 and Windows 8.1 were inside separate files, so the entire virtual partition was inside one file. Okay, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm installing this operating system into one file, into one VHD extension file, and later, if my older Windows will be working correctly, then later I can simply delete this installation, this one which is currently been installed, and I can get rid of it much easier. And another thing, if I install it onto a normal partition, then certain files and folders I might not be able to delete them. So in this case I cannot format the partition either because it's full of important data. So how to get rid of those Windows installations? You cannot format, you cannot delete. How to get rid of them? I don't know. So that's why I'm installing Windows into a virtual partition, and then I can delete that file if I don't need it. Also, it's a good thing to install it into a virtual partition because you can create a copy of that file, of that virtual hard drive, and when your Windows is not working well, you just start your computer either from a Windows DVD or on another media, and you just make a new copy from your backup copy onto your C drive, and when your computer starts, it will start the operating system from a fresh new virtual hard drive. Okay, so it's getting closer to the finish point. Let's see how it will handle it. Okay, now Windows setup is restarting, and this is the first restart during this installation. The CD drive is working hard. Now let's see, will there be another operating system? I will move the up and down arrows on the keyboard, because if the menu is shown, move a key, nothing is shown. Okay, keep on pressing the down arrow, for example. Windows 10's operating system selection menu loads slower, and then the operating system loads faster. If you select another operating system, then it restarts the entire computer. That's the bad part of it. So there's no menu, it's installing. Okay, let's wait. Okay, the computer just restarted. So this is the second restart of Windows 10's setup. Now the BIOS is loading. Okay, let's repeat the same thing. Press a key. I'm pressing the down key, down arrow. Let's see, will the menu show up? The CD is spinning. No menu, not yet. Okay, product key. I don't have a product key, so luckily here's a do this later button. Get going fast. Whatever, let's use this one. Use Express settings. So it did not show the operating system selection menu at all. So the older Windowses are not yet added into that menu. Okay, let's wait some more. Hi, bye. We are setting things up for you. Okay, let's wait. Critical. Back in a moment. Okay, so the computer is connected to the internet. So Windows 10 decided to get some updates, but it finished quickly. Now this is the third restart, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, I will press the down arrow again. Is there an operating system selection menu or no? There is no operating system selection menu. Just a moment. Who owns this PC? I own it. Next. Make it yours. Skip this step. Who's going to use this PC username? Whatever. 1, 2, 3. Next. Just a moment. Welcome. Hi. We're setting up. Okay, let's wait. Won't take long. How cute. This setup of Windows 10 is faster than Windows 8 or 8.1 or 7. Taking care of a few things. Let's start. Voila. Okay, so Windows 10 is installed. What's this? Network. Do you want to allow your PC to be discoverable by other PCs and devices on this network? Yeah. Okay, so Windows 10 was installed. Now let's go to a file explorer. Update is being installed, whatever. File explorer. And either get a program called EasyBCD. My EasyBCD is or at least it should be somewhere here, but I don't see my 2 terabyte hard drive. Whoops. Okay, so let's click on this PC, right click on this PC and go to manage. Then here on manage, let's go to disk management, here at storage, disk management. Okay, and here's the 2 terabyte hard drive and it does not have a drive letter. That's interesting. Okay, so let's right click on the big drive, change drive letter and path, add, it will add a drive letter, assign, okay, whatever, J, tap to choose what happens with removable drives. Okay, let's close this computer management window. What's this? Display adapter update, driver update, something like that, because the resolution just changed. Everything is smaller now. Okay, so my 2 terabyte hard drive is there. Let's go back to my EasyBCD, that should be here as soft, and EasyBCD 2.3. That's from an older Windows installation, and let's, oops, user account control. Okay, allow it. Choose the language, English. Okay. EasyBCD, okay. So this is the program and my virtual hard drives are on the SSD drive. That's the D partition in this case. This Windows 10 is running from this file and I want to add these two into the menu also. Okay, so let's choose edit boot menu. This is the current Windows 10, which is running from this file. I called it test when I created it in this part. Okay, so let's add a new entry. I will add these two operating systems, these, by going to disk image. It says Microsoft VHD. That's fine. Let's go to this yellow browse icon. Let's go to the SSD drive, which is D, Windows 10, that one. I will copy the name also. Okay, and click open. And I will paste the name here to the name section. Paste. And add entry. Added successfully, blah blah blah. Okay, let's add another one. Go to this browse yellow icon. Select the next Windows. Copy the name of that one also. Open that Windows 8.1. Paste the Windows 8.1 name there. And add entry. Successful. Okay. After this, let's go back to edit boot menu, and here's the test Windows, and these are the older Windowses. You can rename them if you want, blah blah blah. Let's reduce the waiting time. Let's set it to, I don't know, 5 seconds. Use Metro bootloader, and that's the new one. I don't really like it, but let's leave it there. I don't like the new blue looking Metro bootloader operating system selection menu, because if you select another operating system, it will restart the entire computer and then it will load it. Whereas the older bootloader, the DOS looking black and white text based operating system selection menu, if you select a new operating system, it will instantly load that one. Okay, so let's make another change. Let's set Windows 8.1 as default. Check that one. Save setting is only for this section, that is the timeout, the time, the seconds, how many seconds you have to wait. So let's click save for there. Also, this section does not need a save. Let's close this one, close that one. Right click the start menu and shut down and restart. Okay, Windows 10 is restarting. Windows ready. Maybe it's installing the updates. Okay, so let's wait. Be right back. I pause the video here. Okay, now it mentioned restarting, and it's really restarting. Okay, BIOS. And now the operating system selection menu. Whoa, I didn't select this one, but it is as I selected it. The blue one was selected, the Metro. Okay, let's see. Windows 8.1, one of my older operating systems. Let's see, will this work as it did before? That's the Windows DVD. It's starting up. Let's take it out. Welcome. Billions of icons. Okay, so it's working. So this is the Windows 10 DVD, and I just repaired my older operating systems with it. Okay, so here is Windows 8.1. It's working well. Let's restart it. Let's go into the older Windows 10. 8.1 is restarting. Okay, let's pause the video. Okay, the same thing again. The BIOS is loading. And now let's select the older Windows 10, Windows 8.1 and Windows 10. Let's see, will this work fine? And this one loads well also. Okay, so both Windowses were repaired using a Windows 10 DVD by installing temporary Windows into a virtual hard drive, and actually let's delete that one. So let's open a file explorer and let's go to the SSD drive. This is it, and here's the test Windows, the virtual hard drive. It's 10 gigabytes compared to 52 and 36. Okay, and we can delete it from here. I'm deleting. Okay, delete it permanently. Yes, okay, and let's remove it from the operating system selection menu. Also, we can do it with either EasyBCD or let's do it with msconfig. So right click the start menu. This is Windows 10 and go to run. Type in msconfig. It's msconfig. Press enter. Okay, now let's go to boot. This is the boot tab, and this is the current operating system. This was deleted. Only the virtual hard drive was deleted, so let's click delete from here also, and this will delete it from the operating system selection menu also. Delete. Okay, so we have two operating systems, and this one 8.1 is the default. From here we can change the timeout also. Let's click OK. Let's restart it right now. Let's see the results. Windows 10 is restarting. Okay, BIOS is loading again, and now in the operating system selection menu we should have only two, yes, Windows 10 and 8.1, and 8.1 is loading after 5 seconds. 5 seconds because that's the value that we entered using EasyBCD, and I just repaired two operating systems back to their normal state using the Windows 10 DVD, and I installed temporarily another Windows 10 into a virtual hard drive, and then I deleted the virtual hard drive, and by installing another fresh copy of Windows 10 the operating system selection menu was repaired, and then the two operating systems which were in virtual hard drives, those could be added also. Okay, but what if you don't have virtual hard drives? Okay, so let's start EasyBCD once more. And don't communicate with the internet, deny. That was the firewall. Okay, if you don't have your Windows in virtual hard drives, then here at add entry, you could use these things. You select the operating system, Windows 7, 8, 10 or whatever you're using. You select the name that will be added here into this menu, and you select the partition where that Windows was and click add entry. So in the same manner, you're not adding a virtual hard drive, but you're adding a current installation of Windows, which let's say was on a partition, a normal partition like this one. I was using a virtual hard drive, even the partition is called VHD, and that Windows is running from this file. Okay, that's it. How to repair your Windows using the Windows DVD. Thanks for watching and bye bye.